Alright everyone, here we are with ticker symbol IDEX, Ideanomics Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So IDEX stock has had a run. When we look at it, you could see it's had a run since last week, leading up to this point today, reaching these new highs, and it reached up to 475. From that point forward, there was a rejection and it started to go down. It hit lows of about 221, and from that point forward, it jumped back up and it leveled off. Now, if you guys recall in yesterday's video, I had stated that this could hit newer highs if it broke through resistance. Well, it continued to work its way up over time in the after hours yesterday, and it did break through resistance. But I also stated to all investors to pay close attention to how this one was going to react due to the fact of profit taking and uncertainty, because this is a short week. And also, for those of you that are aware or not aware, I want to go ahead and announce this, but Black Friday and Cyber Monday is coming up. And after that, there's going to be reports next week that a lot of people are unsure of or uncertain of. So uncertainty could be in the mix of this, either profit taking and uncertainty because of the short week, and then also the reports on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. A lot of people aren't feeling so optimistic or hopeful about, due to the fact that a lot of people are being more conservative with their spending, and the reports basically show how much spending was done. And if spending does not look as immense or as great as it usually does, or it doesn't break the expectations, that could be a little bit of a hit on the market overall, because everybody's waiting for that. So I believe that a lot of profit taking was involved in this reaction here, and then the uncertainty. So mixed in with those two things, we were going to see some type of pullback. Now this pulled back pretty hard, but quickly leveled back off. So it hit a high here of 475 and it hit a low here of about 221. It bounced back up and now it's sitting at 318. So right now we are in a very tight position for the bulls, and we're going to move our resistance and support to their new locations. And when I mean tight position, I mean a very tight position. This is very important now because the 50-day moving average is catching up really fast to the price. And if the bulls can't break through these resistance levels, it's going to get much harder to maintain control over this chart. So we're going to look at this in a much more narrow perspective, and then we're going to talk about it a little bit broader. So I'm going to talk about these 2 points here on the chart, and we're going to look at it closely. So on a broader perspective, the highest point reached was 475. That is the most important number for the bulls in the next coming days and weeks. Now, for support level, that is the lowest point reached, is 221. So that's the most important point for the next coming days and weeks as well. Now, getting closer to what we're at, the next most important resistance level is 372. I'd write that down because that's the first resistance level to break through to get closer to the highest point. That's the highest point before this fell. So keep that in mind as well. This is a very important point. But we're going to look at this, like I stated, very narrow and zoomed in so that we can get a sense of direction of where this is going based off of the chart, and also having both extremities, the highest point and the lowest point, and the highest point before the fall. And now let's look at what's important directly for tomorrow. So the 50-day moving average is 271. I'd write that down. Super important number. If we're above it, we're in bullish territory. If we're below it, we're in bearish territory. So for the bulls to continue this run and get anywhere further away from the 50-day moving average, they need to break through this resistance. That's 339. That needs to be broken through and turn into a support. I kid you not. If the bulls can't break through it and they just hang out sideways, and even if they go up here, let's even draw an upward direction, right? Let's go ahead and do that so you can see why it's so important that the bulls actually break through this resistance and stay above it. And even if they hang out like that, this 50-day moving average will quickly break right through it. There'll be moments where the bulls are fighting back, this and that, but at the end of the day, it ends up above the stock price. The stock price is below it, and now the bears have control to bring this down. So this is a very narrow stretch. Like I stated earlier, this is very important time for the bulls, and they're going to break through this resistance level to maintain bullish territory. They're going to have to. There's no other option for the bulls. They can't stay in that sideways movement because they could lose the control over the chart if they don't do so. So it's going to be important for the bulls to break through 339, turn that into a support, pull away from it to pull further away from the 50-day moving average, and start to work their way up to the next points up here at 372, and then from that point forward 475. But before getting there, 339 needs to be broken through. Now, on the other hand, we have our 50-day moving average, which is 274, and our support is 276. So if support is broken through, most likely the bulls are on their way of losing control, and the bears are getting closer to getting into bearish territory. So I would pay very close attention to how this stock is reacting between support and the lowest support level of 221, and see if the bulls are trying to reappear. And if 221 gets broken through, we will start to see newer lows and newer support levels being broken through. So before even waiting to that point, 276 is our first support level to pay close attention to before getting into bearish territory. And I advise and suggest to all investors to pay very close attention to how this stock is reacting. And if you guys haven't noticed, our 50-day moving average is moving already closer to the price as we see it, and also the price has started to fall from the moment I started this video. So here we are at 303. So it's super important to pay close attention to these points, and if this support gets broken through, it's just making it easier for the bears to gain control. And again, tomorrow is going to be a very important day with the tug of war, and the bulls need to break through 339 to reach newer highs. I hope that this video is helpful and informative for tomorrow's trading day. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit that like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.